All right, this is Daniel from Leaders in Training, bringing you a very special episode. The gentleman I'm speaking to today is the branch manager of Citibank that's behind me. We're going to talk about finances, of course, open up an account, all the things that we feel that individuals need to know as you think about financial literacy. So today it's all about making money. Good morning, this is Daniel from Leaders in Training. I'm here with you with a very special interview, a friend of mine. I'm gonna let him introduce himself, his position, of course, from the previous scene where we are, and then we're just gonna move forward with just give you great information and gems and just how to be the next great leader. Mr. Simmons.
Norrel Sims, branch manager at Citibank. I've been in banking for 15 years. I've been at Citibank now 8 years. It has not been an overnight sensation. It's been a daily grind on getting better each and every day. I truly appreciate this opportunity. Thanks for coming inside the office. And I'm ready to help the next leader. I wish I had something like this when I was in my process of becoming a leader. I started my career off at TCF Bank. I was 19 years old. I was a teller, but I knew eventually I'll get my shot to run my own branch, to run my own office. I wanted at 21, at 23, but I was not ready. I did not have the qualities it took to be a great leader. I was ambitious. I was ready for the day-to-day grind, but you need knowledge. You need education. And I had some great leaders along my career, great branch managers that really took me under their wings and showed me the ropes.
I want to speak more about just being a sponge and what it took for him to not be so quick to lead, but how he had to follow first. So, Mr. Sims, you want to kind of...
Absolutely. So, I was with TCF for about a year. And then I transitioned to Guaranteed Bank, a smaller bank, family-owned bank based out of Wisconsin. And I was there for 5 years. So for 6 years, whether it was Lakeisha, whether it was Jason Rose, who were my branch managers at those financial institutions, I did whatever they told me to do. I took all the good qualities that each branch manager had, and I built a belt. It was a belt of how to deal with this customer situation, how do you handle sales, service, because in financial services, whether we want to believe, it's retail, but it's a people-based business. You have to have good qualities. You have to have great people skills because you're dealing with people's money. Money is an emotional thing. There's going to be customers that come in complaining about overdraft fees, complaining about their debit card hasn't arrived. And how do you react? Details dictates everything. You can't have a conversation with a client that's negative because you represent the brand, you represent the company. So that 30 seconds, that 1 minute interaction can go left. So you have to hear the customer out, emphasize with the customer, and then tell them how you're going to handle it. I never wanted to be a teller, a banker, a manager where I pass the buck. Anything that's coming to me, I handle it from start to finish. Even in today's role, whether I have to open up an account because the banker appointment prior is taking too long and the customer is waiting 5 minutes, I have a no 5 minute rule. When a customer walks in, we greet the customer. When they sit down, they need to be sitting with somebody within 5 minutes because I don't want the customer to think that I came to this location. We're in the middle of a pandemic. Everybody's time is valuable. We don't have time to waste. So if I have to have action and take care of the client, I'm going to do it. But you have some managers that lead with the whip mentality that you need to do it. No, I'm going to do it. And that's what I saw my managers do. I saw my managers open up accounts. I saw my managers talk to the janitors in a way of, doesn't matter if they're a janitor, they're still a human. I don't care if you have $1 in your account or $1 million. I'm gonna treat you the same. And I think if everybody had that mentality, we would go a long way. But unfortunately, that's not the case. So being a sponge, I've took all the good out of my managers and I applied it. Whether that was how they dealt with customers for our service, whether sales contests to build the morale of the team, I would do that as well. I'll never forget one of my managers had a contest. Whoever opens up at 3 accounts in 1 hour, you guys can leave. So for me, it was like, okay, I get to do my job. I still get paid for the day. And I would go interact with clients, and I love to deal with families, husband, wife, and kids. And I'll bring the family back to the branch to open up an account. And that's how it all started.
Okay. And I heard you say so much. More than anything, just the customer service piece, that 5 minutes, and that had me think initially of, and I have to say Amazon, and I think how they are now kind of controlling the e-commerce space, and a lot of people are just going to Amazon because of how they handle business.
Correct.
Even on the customer service part. But I can't speak to you without taking a flashback a little bit.
Go ahead. Let them know.
We're talking about customer service and having the gift of gab.
Correct.
And to my viewers, me and this man right here have come a long way. And we worked a job together where that customer service, that gift of gab, that selling mentality was, important. It wasn't opening up bank accounts or, being an administrator in a school like myself, but we was, hey, we're just trying to sell some wings.
That's it. Half price advertising.
Right. So Mr. Sims and I, we worked the restaurant together, and man, that's when I met him. But more than anything, I want my viewers to know is the steps it took, those foundational skills that you learn at those jobs before you get to the, where you want to go, that you can kind of build on. So it just doesn't start when you get to, a room like this and you start wearing shirts and ties and suits, but it's when you're wearing the name tag that say welcome and things like that.
It's Dickies.
So, right.
So we worked at a restaurant together. I don't know if I ever shared this story with you, but I definitely want to share it with the viewers. I was 21 years old. I was working at a bank. I got into a car accident, and I needed $500 for a deductible. I knew the restaurant across the street was hiring. I applied for the job. I fixed my car, and I saved up enough money to propose to my wife. But at that job, it was fast-paced environment. I was a server. I remember you being a supervisor, and I watched how you carried yourself, and I wanted to emulate that. I wanted to have that polished look, be cooled under pressure, because you're going to have customers complaining about a steak. You wanted it well done. You probably should have ordered medium. But at the end of the day, we still want to take care of the customer. We're not going to be negative in that situation. We're going to turn that negative to a positive. Upselling. Even working at McDonald's, a customer's not coming and dealing with me and just getting a burger. No, they're getting burger, fries, drink, and 2 apple pies. Mm-hmm. So even at the restaurant, I knew that if they order alcoholic beverages, the ticket will go up. So I always told them, hey, before we get started, what are we drinking tonight? And I will always push a beverage to relax the guests, make them feel at home. And a lot of service today, they'll get mad when they have to go back and forth. But I didn't think of it like that. I think of they were in my house and I was going to take care of them. So I took ownership. I think what happens in life and careers, number one, you apply for this job. Yeah. This is what you wanted. Now you have to break a sweat and put in extra work, and you mad because they keep having you go back for a soda or some extra sides and you're complaining. Don't complain, put the work in. Put the work in until you don't have to introduce yourself anymore. Yeah. Put the work in until you own the restaurant. Put the work in until you are CEO of a bank. And I think today's society, we're a microwave society. We want success right now, fame right now, the car right now, but we don't want to take the stairs. It's a step-by-step process. It's learning a new skill. It's getting better each and every day. It's dealing with adversity in the midst of a pandemic. Are you going to moan, complain, make excuses? Or are you going to say, hey, this is what I'm dealing with. How do I adapt? How do I push forward? And how do I become that true leader? A leader in training, you getting some seasoning, you marinating. Before you put any meat on the grill, it's going to take time. Believe me, if you take time and add a little bit of seasoning, put it in overnight for about 24 hours, maybe even 40, I guarantee you it's going to taste better than you just coming home, putting some wings and some flour and put a little lemon pepper on it. You can't get it right now. If I became a branch manager at 19, 20, 21, I would have blew it because I needed to marinate. I needed some seasoning. I needed to deal with adversity. I need to also to be told no. I applied to be a branch manager at my former bank before I came to Citi 5 times, and I was told no. All you need is one yes.
All right, so as we wrap up here, as a branch manager, I know there are a number of things in which you have to accomplish throughout the day, week, but how do you rate your own success or just the overall just work throughout the day or week?
So I kind of gauge my performance on a weekly basis. We'll look at a goal of, let's just say, for example, we need $2 million in deposits. I never look at the goal of 2 million. I break it down in weeks. So we need to accomplish $500,000 in deposits every single week. And if we get more, okay, that's awesome. That's gravy on top. So for me, it's what steps are we doing each and every day to uncover these deposits? And of course, we have promotions here at Citi. If you bring over $200,000, the bank will give you a cash bonus of $1,500. So being in the River Forest and Oak Park area, I know that there are customers who have cash laying around. It may be in a CD that's maturing at another bank. And we are able to capture all of our conversations through our sales force. And I just tell my team to reach out to those clients that have that CD that's going to mature at Chase or at Bank of America because rates are low. And pick up the phone and call them and let's get them over. And we're not going to win every single sale, every single pitch. But what we can do is control our activity. I'm big on A times E equals R. It's a simple formula that my mentor, Ed Patterson, brought over to Citi 8 years ago. And it's the activity times the effectiveness times the energy equals the results. If you speak to 100 people a day about whatever, selling a t-shirt, selling a pen, a DVD, you can control your numbers. So you're not going to win all 100, but you may win 10. And as you get better of pitching whatever it is, now you can get up to 20, get up to 30, but control your activity, control your performance. So at the end of the day, we've been successful. I've been successful. My team has been successful. I can't take all credit of capturing deposits in 2020 in the midst of COVID because we control our activities. Every single day, from 10 to 4, how many people can we talk to? Especially if they're not coming in, we'll send blast emails to just let them know about our promotions and what we can offer at the bank. And I think that's so key. No one's going to give you anything in life. You have to be willing to go get it.